7:50. Thursday mornings are very special around here, have been since we hooked up with BCFresh. We've had very well-known local chefs come into the studio. Karen Barnaby is with us today. Karen has cooked all over the place, but for the last coming up to 15 years, she's the executive chef at the Fish House in Stanley Park. She's written 9 cookbooks, for heaven's sake, and every other week you will read her on Wednesdays in the Vancouver Sun with some great recipes. Karen, what are you making for us?
I'm making a Vietnamese-influenced French salad that has beets, potatoes, cilantro, mint, eggs for breakfast.
Okay, well,
this is something I've made for years. I made it since the 80s.
Okay. Do you like to innovate or do you like to follow tradition?
Both. I like to keep things pretty normal, and anything I do is based upon something in reality.
Well, a bit of reality has never hurt anybody. I'm quoting you now. My 2 grandmothers shaped my outlook on food. They taught me how to eat avocados, artichokes, zucchini, eggplants, and organ meats.
Yeah, organ meats.
Well, you had a fine word for my friends. I said, I've got loads of good friends, but they will not come around if I'm telling them we're serving organ meats. And you said they're stupid, right?
No, I think I called them wimps.
Now the thing, I'm going to talk about the recipe in a second, but I just want for Amy Jane, who's sitting here, and Jimmy and Steve and everybody, you see, I say come over for some nice calf's liver, which is delicious, and they all go, oh, no. But they'll eat a processed hamburger, a processed 100% beef, which include cow's vagina, cow's anus, and cow's lips. So if that's okay for you, what is your problem, people? And before Karen answers that, we'll check in with the Sarge.
Philip, I have to go for a cold shower, just thinking about that one. No, actually, you're right. My family all from Holland there, like liver was a big part of our upbringing as well, and we love that stuff. But yeah, cow's anus, eh? Yikes.
You don't have to repeat it.
Well,
you just keep
image,
moving
man.
here.
I got a bad image there. I'm sorry. I'll shake it here. Let's go to traffic here for a second. At the Alex Fraser Bridge northbound, at the north end of the bridge, we got a 3-car MVA in the center lane. Like, more trouble there is all we needed. Volume on the 91 northbound is back. South of 64 is right to the truck pullout area and going to build from there, obviously. 72nd up the hill at Scott Road. Nordell back to 116th at this stage. On the Queensborough Bridge, we had earlier problems there. All clear of them right now, but the 91 east for northbound, it's west of the pedestrian overpass, actually to the north end of the bridge almost. Southbound 20th, up at 8th Avenue with Stewartson westbound back at 6th Avenue. Over at the Port Man, busy there. Highway 1 westbound back, crowding 192nd, 152 the feeder, up around 105 with 160 south of 101A. And in Surrey, we got a report of an accident on 64th Avenue westbound, and that's at 176th. It's time to call Canadian Direct Insurance to see how much you could save on your home and auto insurance. Call 1-888, call CDI. I'm Sergeant Rick with your CKNW Traffic Report.
$7:55. Karen Barnaby with us from the Fish House in Stanley Park. First verdict from Amy Jane.
It was delicious. It smells probably the best that it's smelled in, can I say that, over the past few weeks. It's amazing, the aroma. And I think
Mullen.
That's right. The aroma got me when I was sitting over at the sports desk. And thankfully this meal is here after you touched all the bases of Bessie, the cow that went into my hamburger. How dare you?
Karen, is this on your menu at the Fish House?
We do it in the summer as a special sometimes with a piece of fish.
Tell me about the grandmothers thing. Where have all the grandmothers gone, for heaven's sake?
I don't know. They became strange and skinny.
But where are you supposed to? How are you supposed to bring up your youngster, trying and being willing to taste all kinds of foods?
I guess you tie them to the chair. I mean, I don't know. When I was growing up, we never had any option, right?
Yeah.
Here's your food, you eat it. End of story. If you didn't like it, you just put a lot of ketchup on it, but you still ate it.
Talk about fresh for a second or so. Is this become, like all the chefs who've been in here before you in this series have said that they go out of their way to bring in fresh produce. Mm-hmm. Why is that? Is that something new, or you've always done it and nobody really knew?
It's because it supports the local economy. That's why. So if the economy is stimulated, then it's better for everybody. And, farmers are woefully underpaid when you think about it, when you think of what they get for what they do.
Chefs. Talk about chefs. They're not...
They're woefully underpaid, too.
No, they're not. They're big stars with massive egos. And are you a Ramsay type in your kitchen? What?
No.
You look like a Ramsay type.
I'd like to be a Ramsay type, but I'm not.
How do you... If your staff kind of screws up a dish, what do you say?
Well, we talk about it afterwards. Never while things are happening. Say, okay, everybody just get back on track, and we'll deal with this afterwards. Because you can't do it. I mean, if somebody was in here ranting and raving, going hysterical, you'd be...
Yeah.
You'd be going, bleh.
If in a restaurant, if somebody doesn't like the dish, should they grin and bear it and never go back, or should they actually say something?
Well, I think what they have to figure out is it's a personal taste thing, or there's something really wrong with it, like it's overcooked, or it's burnt, or it's bad. Because if you don't like something personally, well, that's just a taste thing.
Yeah.
Because I've ordered things that are perfect, but just not to my taste.
Okay, it's Karen Barnaby's last meal. You're off to meet your maker tomorrow. What would be your last meal tonight?
Ribeye steak.
And a bottle?
No, just mineral water.
Just
ribeye steak and a pound of butter.
Nice to have you with us. Thank you. Karen Barnaby of the Fish House in Stanley Park, and for BC Fresh.